What's going on, guys? Just make sure the bathroom's not overflowing. Oh, that's good. Get all the poop off the bottom. What's going on? Doing some water changes today. I'm gonna do about a 75% or so. What's going on? Thank you for joining. Doing some water changes today. Got some juvenile ruby reds and obies in here. Doing about a 75% water change. I guess that's enough. Alright, let's add some prime. Half a cup full. In we go. Still wants to suck out water. Nope. Alright. Go flip the switch. Fill her up. Sorry for all the running around and stuff, but my girl had to go get her bottle of prime because I don't have enough here. She was supposed to help me out during this, but yeah, I'm just filling it back up now. These are some OBs and some bigger ruby reds. I have one in here that's recovering. He got a little beat up, and then I think he got sick with something. Add a little more prime just in case. Got a little Kobu and Buna here. About an inch and a quarter. Who's in here, yo? Drop a comment. These are the biggest fry that I have in this 20 gallon right here. I'm looking into setting something up in the backyard to grow them out faster. I got about 50 in here. These are OB Ruby Reds. You can see the algae in all my tanks. I really like it, and it does the fish good. Keeps their water cleaner, gives them something to eat. I have this one particular one that has amazing colors. It's hard to see them. Hey Mark, thanks. And you can see my water pressure is pretty good. This will be done filling here pretty soon. My girlfriend just got back. I could hear the dog. This is the biggest OB I have in here. About inch and a half. Thank you. There's a couple of these hybrids that they got so much color so early on. Let's see, I'm trying to get it to focus. These are like half an inch. You see the breeder box filling back up. Go ahead and take the lid off of this one because this one's next. It's getting pretty close. I always have to fill this one a little more because the breeder box takes a bit to fill. Almost there. Alright, let's go trim that off. We need to get a little net to put on the bottom one. Where's the little net? Can you help me with the holes to the bottom one? Alright, just put this. Just put it inside this so the fry can't get caught. Alright, so my girlfriend's gonna help me with this part. So I should have asked her to bring me another pantyhose because that's the best. But if you don't have pantyhose, Almost everyone has a net. You could just do that. If you actually put it here, you can let it go.
It
No, you
gets
want
you.
it. No, you want it to be towards the bottom of the net. Yeah. There you go, like that.
It just comes back
No,
up.
it's probably
It has everything.
probably. Yeah, because I don't think it's even sucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Were you putting water in?
Huh? No, I'm pulling out, right? Yeah.
Now.
Now you can let it go, probably. Yeah.
Oh.
Just gotta watch them just in case. This is a 5.5 gallon. This tank takes like 3 minutes.
Um.
Your fingers.
I know. I can't. I either let go of that or let go. There we go.
Add some prime. It's ready to fill. You could take the net off now. Opening the floodgates. Here we go, filling her back up. How's the quality look, guys? Tanks do get dirty when you start cleaning them. Look at this one right after cleaning it. It's a little murky, but wait half an hour and then it looks perfect. And here's the tank like before cleaning it. You can see it's crystal clear. There's the next one we're gonna tackle right here. See, almost done. Then we're gonna move down to the breeding groups downstairs, 240 gallons, and that concludes my weekly maintenance for these tanks. Let me know when to turn it off. Hey Joe, happy Easter, brother. All right. And on to this tank. Just put it in there. What's up, Adam C? Just doing some water changes. Got some fry. Just finished these two tanks. Little 20 gallon and 5.5. Pretty much they go as soon as they're free swimming. They'll go into this tank. Then in the 20 gallon, I sell most of the fry before they're 2 inches. And now we're gonna tackle this 24 gallon right here. It's all African cichlid fry. I have some ruby red, some OB peacocks, a couple hybrids, and one Sino-tilapia Kobe. Drain this. This one's got all sorts of beautiful algae. It's got black beard, it's got brown, it's got green, it's got purple algae. What's up, Teresa? Let me unplug the pump. Give me a second, guys. Just had to unplug the pump here. A bunch of little guys. I lost some last week, I think, because there might be like dead snails in the substrate, and I might have moved it and might have released something into the water. So I'm definitely gonna take it easy this week, do less of a water change and not put so much pressure into it. There's not that many fish in here anyways. There's a little cobia right there on the left. I have the breeding group in my girlfriend's house, but I have two cobias here. This is a 24-gallon nano cube. It's an all-in-one tank, so the filter's in the back. It's alright, but it's kind of a pain to clean the filters. That's the one downside about this. Yeah, that is a Marimo ball opened up. The fish were pecking at it. So that's about as big of a water change we're going to do, 30%. Where's that prime at? Where are you, prime? Oh. These guys are kind of sensitive, so I'm going to put a little bit more. Like 3/4 of a capful. Turn on the water. Be right back. Flip the switch. Open the water a little bit so it doesn't fill up fast. We should be good. There we go. See, because the water pressure so much, sometimes I turn it on hard and it just moves all that substrate. And I think that caused like maybe like an ammonia spike last time or something, and I ended up with like 8 dead fry. It sucked. So what I'm eventually gonna do to this tank is I'm gonna transfer all of these into this 20-gallon, and then I'm gonna go ahead and clean this tank out top to bottom, remove all the substrate, just in case, you know, I don't need to have those issues. And usually on the fry tanks, I like to do, since I'm only doing one water change a week, I would like it to be, you know, like 75% or so. How's the quality look, guys? Just got a new phone, Galaxy S9. My old phone had its camera broken, so it was a mission to do videos for YouTube or anything like that. Alright. Alright. It's awesome. Hopefully be doing more stuff here. How's the fish fam community doing? I know I haven't been really active lately, but I've been working a ton. At least I try to do these live streams, so I don't have to edit most of the stuff. Get some water. So this little guy, he was a dominant male out of all of these ruby reds. I have like 6 other ones in there. And he got beat up pretty good. I guess he was a dominant male, but he wasn't the biggest one anymore. So I guess another male beat him up, or I don't know what happened. But then he started getting a little bit of fin rot and some fungus looking things. So I have him in here. None of the other ones have it, but either way, I'm treating the whole tank with fungus outside. I forgot what it's called, but erythromycin. And hoping he makes a recovery. 'Cause he was starting to get really nice. That's why I don't have like any dominant males in here, because I sold my last dominant male that had color maybe like 2 months ago, and then this one was turning dominant, and then that happened, so I had to take him out of the tank. And I had one female holding in there, ruby red, so I know there's a male, but it's just tough to say which one it is, because there's 2 of them that look like males. But it's not 100% because they don't really have all that color yet. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes when you have 2 males that are around the same size, they'll take longer to color too. So slow and steady on this one. It would have been done for sure, but I don't want any casualties. It's awesome watching them grow from when they're little. I didn't scrub the glass today. You can see there's some algae down here starting to form. But my typical rotation on that has been every 2 weeks, scrub the algae. Because by the end of the first week, like these tanks get their lights on for like 6 hours a day average. By the end of the first week, they will have some algae, but these are the 2 sides that I'm concerned about: the front and this side. And then I leave that side with as much algae as it wants, and the back with as much algae as it wants. And then like this tank, I have the back covered in algae and the bottom, and then the rest of the panels are clear. And this one is just the front panel that's clear. Everything else is covered. Some Java Fern Wendelov in there. Had that plant for a while. Actually, this is the mother plant here. It's giving me like six different plants that I've moved to other tanks, and that one's been going for a while. And as you can see, it has another one attached to it already. There's one over there. This tank with this little LED light, it does great for growing plants. Let's reconnect that pump. Pumps on. It's filling up. It's almost there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Now we're gonna go downstairs and see the groups. Drain it. Oh, damn, I dropped a good amount. Oh, that's good. So water change is done up here. Less than half an hour. 3 tanks. Downstairs should take about the same, but yeah, I added prime. Yes, sir. Oh, because he's not doing very good. I was saying the story earlier. He got beat up really bad. He was a dominant fish, and now I'm treating him. It seems like he has some type of fungal infection from the open wounds. Just detaching the stuff and going downstairs now. You guys got to take a POV ride. Babe, can you bring a towel on the prime, please? Alright, we're going downstairs. Ignore the dog piss. Huh? See if the Ruby wants to come forward.
Are you catching anyone today or no?
Yeah, I got the net down here. It doesn't want to play. Let me close these blinds and turn on the tank lights. Still a lot of glare. Alright, so this is the timer I'm using. Got it off Amazon for like $10. It plugs in 2 lights. So down here. Alright, Joe. Thanks for stopping by. This is my OB breeding group. Lights extremely bright. Got an albino OB right there. Then this is a sulfur head OB. The female's back there. And a lot of fry there. I'm probably be moving some of those pretty soon. So this is the OB breeding group 40. And then this is the ruby red 40 up here. There he is in the back. I got him 2 new females. You can see them there. And he's got 3 OB females too, which one of them's gonna be moved because he has her extremely nibbed, and it's because she's never bred with him and they've been together for like a year, so I don't think nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna just move her back to a different tank. See the boss right there. Tanks look kind of dirty because of the algae. The algae sits at the bottom, and then when they move around it just picks it all up, and these tanks are run on just sponge filters, so the filtration really isn't all that great. So let's plug this in and get started. You're not gonna order pizza?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, just order pizza. Just wait.
Well, for now, we'll share one.
Then we're not even gonna be hungry. That's fine. Alright, get this hose connected. I actually helped the guy set up a 120 gallon the other day. It was pretty fun. He paid me pretty good. But now he's got a whole bunch of Oscars in it. And even though I told him not to, he got a whole bunch of feeder fish in there. And I saw a video that he posted on Instagram, yo, and it's a mess. He put so many feeder fish in there, he's got like 30, I think. Take this top off carefully without having the light get in the water. So, put it to the side. Probably gotta clean these tops sometime. And let's start drilling. They're stuck there somewhere. Oh.
After you're done,
Yeah.
I already have a preset.
So I try to, all that on the sponge is not dirty, it's just algae. So I try to like scrape it with this. And it got sucked up immediately. You can see there's a lot of it. And I have the lights currently, I think they're only on like 5 hours a day. I might need to cut it down. The problem with this is that these lights, these LEDs, this ones are the Beams Works. They're really strong, but these 40-gallon tanks are really shallow. So the amount of light that they emit is ridiculous. And for algae growth, you know, it just stimulates it. Got a couple plants in here that are regrowing. Actually, go ahead and stick my hand in there in a minute and scrub some of the algae off the plants too. Never want that stuff to get too bad. Let's see here. Look at this little plant here, growing nicely. This was completely dead in my girlfriend's 120 gallon, by the way. And it's growing amazing here. Then I gotta get this Anubias and put it back where it goes. I'm gonna just clean it a little bit too. See a couple new leaves here. Really hasn't grown because some leaves die and then new ones grow to replace them, but it hasn't really grown a whole bunch of leaves or anything. I'm not using any fertilizers right now. I think the fish take care of that for the most part. That's where it goes. And then this hornwort over here, I think the only reason it's not taking off, it's because the fish like it. And the glass is kind of dirty here. I'll just see if just with my hand some of that will come off. Yeah. Looks like the old hand trick did it. Simple water changes. So who do you guys like to watch now? I know Matthew from Unconventional Aquatics is still around. He's doing it pretty big now. He's got like 700 subscribers, my boy. Anthony, I mean. This dude's trying to breathe down there. He knows the water changes. Hey, buddy. The albino OB. Got a Kobe in there that's missing his tail. Alright, Mark. Good luck on the water changes, brother. Little OB sulfur head. Coming by to say hi. And I got these plants up here that are all fake. I kind of gotta dust them off. I have a bunch of fry in there. Happy Easter, Teresa. Catch you later. So these tanks I do 50% once a week. Sure my phone doesn't fall in the water. Camera makes this dude look more orange. He looks redder in person. So almost, I guess you could say that's about half. Yeah. It's about half there. Go ahead and pull the hose out. And I add a whole cap full of prime for this tank. It's 40 gallon, but I still add a whole cap full. 40 gallon breeder, yeah, I got two of them, one on top of the other one. There's a prime. It's in. Gotta start the water up. Is that a riff? Alright. Yeah, this is a setup right here, man. Got one of them on top of the other ones. It's you could get the stand at Walmart or Home Depot. They're like $50, and you could set up two of these racks with the stand that it brings, because it brings two of these pieces on the sides and two racks. Walmart, I got it at Walmart. I have a video on it on my channel. It's called the new 40 gallon breeder system or something like that, and I have a link to the actual rack that I got on there. I got the idea from Corey of Aquarium Co-op. I didn't know if to trust these, because when you look at them, like, the metal's not very thick, but he says he's been using them for years, and as you know, he's he's been doing this for a while, so if he trusts them, you know what I mean, I'll give it a shot. I've had it running for maybe like 6 months now. I really like this Beamswork LED. The Aqua Neat one is a little too strong, but the Beamswork one works great. Gotta clean this off. Yeah, it came with the plywood. You see right here. That's the plywood right there. And then I got these control nozzles for the sponge filters. Control the flow on them. and my air pump is dual output as well. So I pretty much have one sponge filter set on very high on each tank, the other one's kind of low. But it's worked well for me so far. What these tanks could use is better like mechanical filtration. Maybe adding like a little aqua clear on there would be nice. No, I haven't. Like the last cichlids I ordered were these two female ruby reds because we won the albino obi. This guy right here. We won him on a contest on Facebook for having the nicest looking obi, which is the other obi that's in here somewhere. Where's he at? Well, apparently he's behind there. But yeah, I ordered the two rubies with him, and yeah, I just breed them, grow out the fry, and sell them locally. I don't ship. What I'm trying to work on is getting some space in my backyard so I could put a big 200 or 300 gallon tote. Yeah, Craigslist, Facebook groups. Those are the best. You get the most money for your fish, and people will buy fry. If you go try to sell fry to a store, most likely they will not take it because African peacock fry, the males are way more valuable than the females because of the color. And if you're selling them small like that, I don't think the store will make enough profit. I mean, you could sell them cheap, but I sell I sell like 1 to 1.5 inch fry for like $8 to $10 a piece, unsexed. If it's a male, I usually charge like 15 bucks, but that's because he already has color, and I don't have to wait for the fry to grow out to 3 inches. Yeah, like I said, like I don't have the space right now to grow my fish to like 3 inches, so the local fish store won't take them, and if they do, they're gonna give you way less than what you could sell them for on Craigslist. And the local fish store, like the only one that I would be able to sell to, they get in like a juiced fish, so I'm not really about that either. Then there's like these small fish farms that they do have some varieties of African peacocks that they breed in house, and I'm sure I could sell them mine, but they would have to be bigger. I would have to wait till the fish are like 3 inches and showing a good amount of color because they got to be able to sell them too, right? See, we're back. Almost done filling up. I think I'm gonna pretty much call it here, guys. I just got this bottom tank to go. I'll give you one last look at it before I clean it up. There's the OB. There's the other OB. They're all hungry. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed Easter. See you later.